And we're back once again, only on it is Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, joining me here on location, he's getting ready for his fight coming up. It's now over a little over a month away. It's going to be September, only on ESPN. It's going to be Volkanovski versus Ortega. This man here is going to be taking on Curtis Blaydes in a huge heavyweight showdown. Well, he has his eyes on hopefully what's going on with the heavyweight division with title. I give you once again the pride and joy all the way from America Top Team. I give you it is Biggie Boi himself. I give you it's Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Right, so Jairzinho, let's talk about it. It's you. It's Curtis Blaydes, UFC 266. How excited are you that it's the co-main event and it's one step closer to getting back into possibly a title shot?
I mean, I'm really excited, and it's not a co-main event, but it's a main card fight. But it's a huge fight for me, especially winning this one. I'm getting right on top again for a title contender, and yeah, I mean, this is what we're looking for. This is what we need to get back up there.
Let's break it down here. Curtis Blaydes, his offense, it's very simple. He likes to use his wrestling to set up a striking. He is one of the best takedown artists in the sport. For you, how much of this is about using range, making sure that he can't just get in, get close, take you down, and next thing you know, you're just fighting off a 260-pound man from landing ground and pound on you.
I mean, it is MMA, so it's gonna happen. We're gonna have to get engaged. I'm gonna go in there and try to knock this guy out and win the fight, and looking for another fight in December. For me, it's that simple. I want to win, doesn't matter how, and that's what I'm going in for. You want to wrestle? It's fine. I going out of my comfort zone. I training wrestling. I'm comfortable with my wrestling, so let's go.
Who's been the biggest help for you with your wrestling? Because you train, as we said, out with Team Bigi Boi, and also you work out with American Top Team when you can. So, who are the guys that sort of help you the most with improving your wrestling?
I mean, the whole gym, the whole team, all the coaches have their experience, and they sharing it in many kind of ways. So yeah, it's a huge team. It's a huge team to work with, and I think it's the best place to be right now. It's what I needed, especially with my wrestling, and become an MMA fighter instead, being a kickboxer for so long. I'm feeling more complete as an MMA fighter right now, and I'm comfortable with what I just learned in the past 2 years.
How long did it take you to get comfortable with wrestling? Because you didn't come from a wrestling background. You didn't come from the United States. You're from Suriname. That's, as you said, you were a kickboxer for most of your life. It's not known as a wrestling, haven. So for you, how tough was it in the beginning having to learn, stopping takedowns, getting off your back, not letting people get into your legs? For you, how much was it about just mentally not getting frustrated?
At first, I didn't get frustrated. It's more like know what you need, what you have to do. You see it, but doing it is different. So it was giving me the right tools that I need, and as now I'm doing it, so I'm feeling really comfortable. It doesn't take like a long time, but it was the experience that I didn't have to do my practice, to do the drills. If you don't know it, you can't do it. So then you're gonna fight out of you don't know, and you're gonna make mistakes. And now that I have the right tools, the right coaches, everybody give me the right instructions, so it's look more easy.
I know you and your team broke down Curtis Blades. You've studied him. You've done your homework. What makes him dangerous? Because you've had wrestlers before. You've had guys who hit hard. Like when you see him, like when you've done your homework, what makes him such an efficient, UFC heavyweight?
I think his wrestling is the most irritating part, especially me as a fighter. I want to bang. I want to get in there, see the tactic opening, and finish a fight. Nobody likes people grabbing him and holding you down, and things like that. So I think that's the more irritating thing of Curtis Blades, or the power of him. Yeah.
We're gonna go back to that fight in a bit, but take me back to your last fight. It was you versus August Sakai. Uh, Once again, it's another knockout, first round knockout. It's with literally 1 second left. I mean, when they're reading it off, they're going 4 minutes and 59 seconds. You're like, okay, I need to buy a lottery ticket. That doesn't happen. Like 1 second before the bell, literally.
I mean, that's the moment he left himself open. That was the opening, and I'm able to finish the fight every second of the fight. I'm showing it beginning of my career in the UFC. I'm showing it lately, present in my last fight. So yeah, if I see an opening, I'm the guy who can finish the fight. Always have the extra gas. The power is there. The technique is there. So any mistakes, I can jump in there and finish it.
I know, but you would come into that fight. You would talk to me about you want to start off quicker. You didn't want to, wait for the punch. You didn't want to have to wait for things. Were you happy with this? I mean, were you happy about being a little more aggressive? You wasn't like you were just going in there and being a blitzkrieg, but pushing the pace. Sometimes throwing first. Were you happy with your success from that?
It's a good start. We're not happy yet with the performance, but it's the way it go the ways we wanted it. Being the first guy, put the guy on, be more on the lean leg, put him in his backwards and right in there, be the first guy and finish the fight. That's what we wanted to be, and that's a good step in a good. It's a good step in a good direction. So we getting there. It's not there yet, but we're working on it.
It's funny. Kind of the knockout comes because like several times during this fight, you would back them up against the cage, and you're like, okay, well, I know you can't go forward anymore, so you have to go to the side. He always seemed to go to your, basically your left side. Was that
Correct.
by design, or was that something that you just looked when, okay, if I give him to the cage, wherever he goes, I'm going to start throwing looping shots.
I was more like see where he wanted to go. I didn't know he wanted to go to my left. I actually thought he wanted to turn to my right because I expect him to wrestle me as well. And then yeah, the fight turned out different. He was moving around, throwing some low kicks, and yeah. So as soon as I saw the opening, I jump in there and finish it.
If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got it is Jairzinho Rozenstruik on the show. We're talking all things, of course, August Sakai. We're talking Curtis Blaydes. You mentioned before you want to start off quick, but that doesn't mean you just want to get sloppy. But you want to literally be able to, push the pace, but not be too overly aggressive. How tough is that? I mean, how do you find that happy medium where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be aggressive, but I'm not just gonna throw wild shots just to be, aggressive.
Now I can be aggressive. I don't like to fight crazy or wild. It's more like pushing the pace where I need to push, see what is gonna react, and then create openings. Because when I'm doing that, I see a lot of openings. It's not all the time. You can finish it because then maybe you jump in there and he move. You turn on the other side, then you think he's gonna turn, and then you pushing him the direction you want him to go, and then but it's being the first guy is one of the most important thing for us. And me and my forward, I can smash everybody. So we're working on it, and it's going in a good direction.
You're one of the few people in the heavyweight division that can just knock people out with one punch. We've seen it before with, you know, Arlovsky, Overeem, Junior Dos Santos, even before UFC, Robert, McCarthy, Augusto Sakai. How do you avoid getting into the bad habit where you're going, okay, well, I can knock anybody with a punch. Just give me a punch. And next thing you know, you're just almost, waiting for the perfect punch. You're waiting for all that here. How do you and your team figure out, okay, you need to be more aggressive, but yet you also, can't, be too patient.
Correct. You can't be too patient as a heavyweight. So some of the guys are slow, some of the guys are fast, some of the guys are in the middle. Yeah, I think especially the opponent is standing in front of me right now, Curtis Blaydes. He's gonna be want to move, turn around, go backwards, go sideways. Watching his fight, I see him doing that all the time. And yeah, still you got to be patient. You got to be on point. You got to be in shape. You got to be ready to get in there. So any guy makes an error, you can finish the fight.
How tough was it watching Gane versus Derek Lewis? Because I'm guessing as that fight's going on, you're kicking yourself, going, "That should be me." If I had just thrown more aggressive shots, if I had pushed the pace, I could have gotten that knockout, and it'd be me versus Derek Lewis fighting for the title.
Correct, correct. I mean, it's a it didn't go my way in that fight, and that guy should do his thing. He win the fight, and yeah, it's his chance. It's his chance, and he go in there and even win the fight against Derek. So now he's fighting for the title. I mean, yeah, what can you say? He does his thing. He get his chances, and it's finished. He make finishes. Um, for me, maybe it wasn't my time. So right now, my dream's still alive. The fights are there. I have a huge fight in front of me. Winning this fight, I'm gonna be right there on the top four. And yeah, so I'm gonna be back on top. Winning this fight is the most important thing right now. And then I'm gonna be lined up for a title shot. Maybe I need one more fight. Maybe not. So we're gonna see it. Hopefully, the fight against Cyril and Ghana happen fast. Like even this year, it will be nice. So we know what's gonna happen in 2022.
You're becoming, quite the name now. I mean, it's you are somebody who's becoming very popular. A lot of people that you have your Instagram is now verified, your Twitter is verified. You have a lot of people who follow you. On the flip side, you got a lot of people who follow you, so they either want to get sort of, you know, there's people who want to get into the parties. People want to get to your inner circle. There's people who probably want to get meet somebody famous because of you. How much tougher is it just sometimes having like a normal time out and about, or just relaxing with people when there's always a bunch of people? I'm guessing will go, "Hey, you're that heavyweight, UFC heavyweight. Hey, can you loan me a couple bucks? Can I take a picture with you?" How tough is it, having people who just see you as you and not as this UFC heavyweight who makes money?
Nah, it's easy. For me. It's like I'm always a relaxed guy. If I see someone talk to me, I always be nice. And yeah, if you want to take a picture, of course, let's go. I mean, um, yeah, fans all over the world because of the work I've been putting, and people respect that. So for me, it's not hard to seeing people or have a talk with people or take a picture with people. It's always nice, actually, people recognizing you for something good that you do in the world. So it's actually good, nice.
Team Biggie Boy. As you said, you started in the American Top Team. Now the last couple of fights you've had your own team, your own gym. It's uh, how did that come about? Like, what made you decide to go? Okay, you know what? I'm going to have my own people. I don't want to go to a bigger gym. I want to have just a small team that's going to look and go. Our goal is to make Biggie Boy with the world champion, and that's all we're going to focus on.
Now, I think American Top Team is the best place right now to be. Why? We have all the bodies. You can have a small team and then ask people to spar with you. Can be sometime a long time. And right now, being an American Top Team, you have like four, six, five heavyweights you can work on every day. You can work with them. So it's the feeling that you're gonna have in the octagon for 25 minutes or for 15 minutes, and I have a whole 2 hours to work with them. Nothing better you can wish for. So it's the best place to be, and to do my camp. The team was good. The team is healthy. Yeah, I mean it's going in a good direction. We have a good camp till now. So yeah, I think
So,
it's a
so how does it work, for? Because you have America Top Team, and you have everybody over there, including Michael Thomas Brown, who's become sort of a de facto like big coach. He's the one who works with everybody. Then you have your own team with Mike Babb, who's your head coach. So how does this work? I mean, how do Mike and Michael, coordinate things? How do all the coaches, do this? How do you make sure that there are no bruised egos and that everybody has the voice, everybody has sort of the role in terms of working with you and what to do?
Now, I think the first thing we did is having a meeting with American Top Team, and the goal is the fighter, not the coaches. So if you have a bad ego or a big ego, you guys gonna talk about it. You guys gonna fix it. It's not my problem. I have to train. I have to be ready. You guys know what I need, and I trust the team. So everything that happened beside of that, they got it figured out, and that's why I'm trusting the team with everything. I mean, they are the coaches. They've been there. They see many of these things before. Also the fighters, and yeah, I get my trust is in them. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, he'll be fighting. It's going to be UFC 266. He'll be taking on Curtis Blaydes in a heavyweight scrap. And, well, as we said, he's looking to knock some people out and, well, get one more step closer to that title shot. I give you, once again, all the way from American Top Team, Team Bigi Boi. I give you, it's Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Jairzinho, before I let you go, where else can fans check you out at? Where is the Instagram page? Where is the Twitter page? And who are the sponsors behind Team Bigi Boi?
Right now, we don't have any sponsor. We're looking for sponsors, of course. But you guys can follow us on Twitter on Jair Rozenstruik, and on Instagram, Jairzinho Bigi Boi Rozenstruik, and even on YouTube, Jairzinho Bigi Boi Rozenstruik, and the same goes to Facebook. So anybody want to know more about me, follow my YouTube channel. We're gonna upload some great stuff soon. How we do the journey, how we live in the life, and how things go. So you can have a sneak preview of my life, how we doing it.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik, ladies and gentlemen, aka Team Bigi Boi. Once again, always an honor, pleasure having on the show. We come back. We got much more going on here. Only on it is Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol. Only on it is the Last Call YouTube channel.